everyone, welcome back to Super Jerry 27's Third Game, where I talk about video games, comic books, a little bit of social commentary, and every now and then the action figure. Life got a little bit busy during the first of the year, some calamities, and mostly just not good things. My dryer took a dump, that's why if you see clothes hanging in the background and extremely wrinkled clothing, I apologize. I'm working on getting it fixed. Not that you're here to look at my fashion sense. I mean, come on. I wear t-shirts. But you're not here to listen to me prattle on about life and the failings of 2025. You're here to see my comic book recommendation. It's an older comic book, maxi-series called Rising Stars. I couldn't find my floppies. I'm a little nervous. I'm sure I have them. I'll check my CLZ app later because I found issues 17 through 24. But I'm like, well, where's 1 through 16? Fuck. And yeah, so that's going to be another project for me. But as you can see behind me, I've got the limited slipcase edition. And then I have the normal hardcover. Honest to God, I hate it when you don't get a dust jacket. Because in my opinion, it doesn't protect the book. Like, this went to a con. And I'm very proud that it remained in good shape. I got it signed by J. Michael Straczynski himself. I'll put a photo up here of him just loving my Mentos, right? It's a running joke that's been going on for almost 30 years. But this is one of his first comics that came out through Top Cow, and then he got Joe's Comics, which is pretty cool. Trying to find all the artists and stuff, because this took 24 issues, and it took a bit to come out just because of some changes from what I remember. But issues 1 through 8 were drawn by Ken Chow and inked by Jason Gorder. Issues 1 and 2. Issues 3 through 8 were penciled by Christian Zanier. Layouts by Ken Lashley. And inks by John Livesey, who is like my Twitter buddy, which is pretty sweet. Trying to break into the comic book industry. But yes, it's 24 issues with a 0... a half comic, and then there were spin-offs. Spin-offs aren't as good, but this chunk of series is amazing. So basically what happens is a giant comet, if I'm remembering right, I did not reread this for this. I read this oh my goodness, I don't even want to know when this came out. I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look. Read it quite a bit ago. When it first came out, when it was floppies. So I'm pretty sure I have the floppies. 2005. Holy shit, this is 20 years old. Wow. So I read it 20 years ago, so my memory is failing, but I remember I loved it. So basically, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you read this. This giant comet goes over the town. And let me read this. Here we go. In the 60s, a fireball struck Peterson, Illinois, granting all the children who were in utero at the time fantastic powers, 113 in all. Dubbed specials, these children grew into adulthood cloistered together, forming rivalries, friendships, and enmities. Some became heroes, some became criminals, and others simply lived out an ordinary existence. After years of petty fights, squabbles, and grabs for power, a new unifying mission became clear. A purpose for their existence that they had all been unable to see before, to change the world. Now, the big thing I remember here is there's 113 of them, and when one died, they all got collectively stronger. So, in their adulthood, one of them is figuring out how to kill them so that they can become the strongest one. Kind of like Highlander. But let's take a look at some of the art. I don't know. I love this series. Maybe the nostalgia is just, messing with me. It's a lot of words. But Straczynski can be wordy, but I mean, superheroes fighting. Like, I just love this series, and I love a lot of what Straczynski has done. He's just done some great stuff at Marvel, at DC. The Brave and the Bold series was great. His current Captain America run is fucking phenomenal. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I really doubt you can find this now, except maybe on the Top Cow store, but don't quote me. Like I said, I got this 20 years ago. It says first printing, 2005. But there should be floppies out there or trade paperbacks. I don't know if it's currently in print. If not, you can always tag Top Cow on Twitter, and they might be able to reprint it. I don't know about the rights to it, because I don't know if Straczynski owns it or if Top Cow owns it. But I would definitely try to read this or anything Straczynski did in the early 2000s. Midnight Nations with Gary Frank is fucking phenomenal. And I need to rebag and board those floppies, because I rebag and board my favorite stuff. Right now I'm currently rebagging and boarding all my Batman issues starting in 1988. And it kind of got me into putting them all together, if that makes sense. Like I have Batman 4 something to 598, and then I have 598 to the end until they do the new 52 shit. So now I'm marrying all my comics together, and my back hurts now from moving my boxes. But Rising Stars, have you read it? If you've read it, let me know if you liked it. And what other Straczynski stuff might I have missed? I know I missed a lot of his AWA stuff. Like he did Us and I got that, but I didn't get his like Rebellion or Resistance stuff because I didn't know about it. But please let me know in the comments. I am going to reread this year because it's thick, juicy, and phenomenal. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope you're all having a better new year than me. Bye.